Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker Enhanced Edition with me, BringItDon. We're gonna go to the Valley of the Dead, which I believe is a Dragon Force song. Might also be a Dio song. So is Valley of the Dead a Dragon Force album? I don't remember. Too much music to keep track of. There are faint inscriptions on the stone surface, worn away by time and weather. Perception. Whoa, Amiri, slow it down. Yellowed ancient bones lie scattered among the sparse grass and shale.
An expected result.
There are tracks in the dirt. Numerous people on foot passed through the gate into the valley beyond not long ago.
I'm there.
A towering gate blocks your path. The pillars flanking the gate are carved from the mountain itself, and both the gate and pillar rise so high they are obscured by the mists above. The gate is sealed, but you see no lock, not even a handle. Study the gate. The gates are covered with ancient inscriptions and disturbing depictions of worship and sacrifice, but the inscriptions are far above eye level, so much so you have to take a few steps back to see them. In the center, where the two gates meet, there is a circular protrusion. Set into it are 3 black hooks. Yeah, let's try to translate the inscriptions on the gate. Many of the words are lost to time and weather, but you make out some glyphs and symbols you recognize, and from there, manage to piece together the inscription. In darkness the doors open, in murk the truth reveals itself. In gloom, death steps into the halls. Attempt to decipher the images on the gate. Depicted on the gates are 3 cyclopes, great giants clad in ceremonial garb. They stand before an image of the gate, which is open. Each cyclops is holding aloft a lantern that looks to be a cyclops skull. Examine the circular protrusion. Your initial idea that some ancient lock lay in the center of the gate proves wrong. The gate is sealed, a solid wall with neither lock nor latch nor keyhole. Perhaps the gate was not meant to be opened. It was meant to seal something inside. Study the hooks set into the protrusion. The gate seems built for giants and their kin, but yet 3 small hooks are set in a circular protrusion in the gate, 5 feet off the ground. If this gate was meant for giants, it is odd they set the hooks so low. Peering closer, you see the hooks bear traces of soot and ash. Examine the gate pillars. Massive pillars rise high up into the mist. You can barely imagine the power it would take to build this gigantic structure.
A mere touch of my master's power. He commands armies, slaves, servants, shapes mountains to his will. This is a monument to his reign, and his reign will come again.
Alright, examine the left pillar. The pillar stands on the windward side, so it is more weathered than the rest of the gate. You can faintly make out the remains of inscriptions that once used to cover the pillar. But they are so faded by wind and the elements as to be unreadable. I studied the right pillar. Time and weather have failed to destroy the bas relief that rises from the foot of this pillar, and winds, and winds its way up into the mist. The pillar is covered with intricate geometric patterns, images of lotuses and other flowers, mysterious figures performing strange rituals. The attention to detail is amazing. You need hours to examine every image. Throw a stone at the gate. The stone flies in an arc, hits the gate, and thuds on the ground. You wait several moments in awkward silence, but nothing happens. He already has my name, so I'm just going to shout my name at the gate. Shout out your name. You shout echoes repeatedly off the mountains and the gate. As the last echo fades, there is a moment of silence. Then from across the valley comes a strange sound. A mixture of howling and cawing that echoes sharply off the rock walls. So look at the spider. What's he doing? Anyway, light the 3 incense burners from the tombs and hang them on the hooks in the center of the gate. You have overcome the gate, now go to the Valley of the Dead and meet your fate. Clouds of smoke billow from the lit incense burners, streaming out through the Cyclops' eye sockets. You quickly realize the smoke isn't rising. It's encircling you, engulfing you, until all around you is darkness. All right.
I do what I must.
Putting in some good work, everybody. I'm struggling to read. The other Let's Play that I recorded before this one had a lot of dialogue, so my throat's struggling to perform. Alright, there's someone on the road to get ready. Oh, I don't have... Shoot. Oh, that sucks. Okay. No one has... What am I looking at? Even if they have trickery, it doesn't matter because they don't have the ability to lockpick. Oh, that sucks. Alright, so I'm actually going to load this autosave here. And I'm going to get Lindsay in my party because I forgot that I don't have a way to lockpick without her. Whoopsies. So, who to replace? I was pretty happy with this party going into this next area. I think I'm going to replace Amiri, though. Because Jaethal, her immunities are really valuable. And she doesn't have the negative level that Amiri currently has. Which Tristian can get rid of, but... that's neither here nor there. 4 days and 14 hours. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but, I want to keep her... Man. I don't want to get rid of Harem, but I don't like this. We'll get rid of Amiri. She does so much damage. Another reason I'm keeping her around is because I want the, she's supposed to be romancing. Yeah, I don't like this at all. No, Mary's gonna have to sit out this dungeon. Sorry, Mary. Man, that sucks.
I'm listening.
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, son of a gun.
Lindsay was called forth.
Of course, I don't have any diamond dust either. Oh, man. Nope, that doesn't work. And the biggest problem with her, though, is if she dies, she gets teleported. Well, so does Tristian. I'm going to reload that so I don't waste my Lesser Restoration Potion. Sorry, it's a slow start, but we'll get there. It'll pick back up, hopefully.
Anything is possible.
I'll take care of it.
There we go, Eternal Conduit. Probably got another scythe for Jaethal. There's another one that you find later on that's also very good. The scythe is covered in countless miniature arcane inscriptions to ease the channeling of spells for its wielder. +2 scythe. Under this item is a +2 enhancement bonus to attack with touch spells, which she doesn't use.
Ask.
I guess she could. Because these are touch spells. The other one does more damage, which is probably better, because I hardly use
Share
these.
your will.
I use them to heal herself.
Applause, please.
Thousands of thousands. We'll read it after we kill this guy.
I shall
Onward.
end this suffering.
Alright. Alright, so what did that say? Thousands of thousands are buried at the feet of Vordakai. Thousands of thousands will embrace the darkness and rise at Master's call. Thousands of thousands will start a new age in glory of the Four Horsemen.
In due time.
You
Applause,
cannot
please.
stand against me.
Taste my fury.
Wretched things.
Repent.
Okay. Back to studying this. Listed on the tablet are the names of ancient clans and families that are buried in the huge cemetery. Mysterious phrase concluding the list reads, "Free in life, obedient in death."
Anything else?
The tablet is covered with the names of dead Cyclopes buried in the Valley of the Dead. The list ends with a statement. May the Vordakai's army rest in peace and ashes until it rises on his demand. Harbinger? What? Are you kidding me? So, my first Let's Play, I was playing a paladin that used Earthbreakers. And I used the same +2 Cold Iron Earthbreaker, or Flaming Earthbreaker for, I think, the entire game. Did I ever find a better? It's a +4. I don't think I ever got a well, no, I did. I got a regular +4 Earthbreaker from a later act, but it wasn't, I don't think it was enchanted in any way. Oh, that's upsetting. And it's perfect for this next day. Oh, I am upset. I know they added more of the rarer weapon types. So I think previously there's only one unique Earthbreaker, and that was through the Artisan quest for Vrask.
I do what I must.
Despicable.
Their life ends
Good news is that
here.
since I have Amiri in the party, she doesn't run ahead of the party to,
Advance.
so I don't have to manage her and make her go back. What are these guys' armor class? 29. We're on 25. It was the second attack, though.
Never had a chance.
I'm glad they're missing, though, because they... Cyclops hit very, very hard. There we go. Man. So disappointed that there wasn't a hammer, whatever.
Applause, please.
The list of clans and families has seen better days. Someone cracked a tablet and scraped off carved names. You notice a word written over the neat lines. It reads, traitor.
Applause, please.
The Master of Death will call out those who are buried under his feet. Those who rejected Vordakai will become servants to him. Great Vordakai will unite sworn enemies with a common afterlife goal, implementing his will. Is that it? Is that everything here? Can I not go down here? No, I cannot.
I am never
Alright.
wrong. I'm off.
It's not that I know of. This is like a mobility check or something that I missed, but it doesn't look like... Let's just check real quick. I don't know, maybe they added something, I doubt it.
I'm
No.
there.
They added that hammer though, which would have been fantastic on my paladin. We'll take it all. We'll probably drop most of the armors and stuff off once we get to the dungeon. Alright, probably should rest before we go inside. As far as hunting is concerned... we'll rest once before we go inside, and then we'll save our rations for
Casey?
future resting.
What is that trick where you go into a portal and then appear again? I've never seen anything like it.
It's a special magic trick I learned in my homeland. I travel through the elemental plane to renew my strength.
Alright, so I don't think I have anyone that has a high enough athletics. Hers is okay. Hers is also okay. So I think there's an athletics check in here. It might be a future dungeon that I'm thinking about. But there is an athletics check in a dungeon somewhere. And I failed it last time. And you don't get to try it again. Unless you save scum, which I didn't do at the time. Alright, welcome to Vordakai's Tomb, everybody. Let's, take care of some stuff real quick.
State your desire.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Something bothering you?
Notice awaits
Alright,
us.
he should have this.
I am
Right
ready.
here, my friend.
Patience.
I need to organize their spell bars, which I'll probably do at the
tell.
Adventures
off-camera
call
between
to them.
episodes.
Just letting the ink dry.
Alright, cool. So I have enough for another casting of that on all my frontline guys.
What
We don't
troubles you?
have any...
How may I help?
What's taking so long?
Turn that on.
Speak.
I'm always ready.
Okay. This dead man's face is frozen in terror. His corpse lies in an unnatural position, his back arched, his fingers clutching his throat. Let's quick save. So I think this was a trapped room.
Unexpected result.
A subtle sickening smell is rising from the holes in the floor. The raven's gleeful caws echo off the walls. You came, Aasimar, past the ancient gate through the Valley of the Dead. You struck down all who stood in your path. Despite the danger awaiting you, you still came. My master knew you'd be a worthy servant. One more step, Aasimar. The sanctuary of my master lies beyond. Accept your fate without fear, and Vordakai will be merciful. But remember, once you open the door before you, there's no turning back. After I walk through this door, I hope to never see you again, Crow. Don't waste your breath on foolish jests. My master doesn't like to wait, and you've been trying his patience long enough.
In due time.
So, the door is locked, you have to press this. Which activates the trap. But we're immune to
Who will
Serves you
prevail?
right.
Does it matter?
poison, so it's okay.
Unworthy.
This is going
You
to
deserved
hurt.
it.
This strike! Masterpiece!
I think the first time I did this section, I wiped here. I don't remember super well though. You know, I'm actually gonna drop this armor before we get started. I'm okay with being medium encumbered. I don't want to be heavily encumbered though. All right, there you have it.
I believe I've found something.
Anything else? I see something.
Imagine not having somebody in your party that could disarm traps. Like, last time I tried doing Durlog's tower in Baldur's Gate.
Follow if you dare.
Would you look at that? Applause, please.
I wish you could control the skeletons individually and like send them ahead.
I've discovered something.
Scared? You should be.
Anything else?
What a waste.
This is where I step in.
Alright, so this is where Cleave starts getting a little nasty. Alright. More dead Cyclops. So this was, in my opinion, the hardest dungeon in the game. First time I played through. I tried to prepare for it a little better by bringing 2 clerics. Because honestly, actually, before I forget, Death Ward is very valuable here. Don't think that you have to put it on
A girl told me my eyes light up her world.
J-Fall. She should be immune to most of the death magic.
Light up her soul. She seemed disappointed.
I'm gonna put it on everybody else though.
I'm there.
Poisonous Hydra, not worried about that. It's for immune to poison. Some edible moss. Bones and fish scales are scattered across the floor.
Your wish granted.
I do what I must.
Did I miss anything back there? I feel like I did. Let's go
An
back.
expected result.
Nope, okay. Black and white geometric patterns adorn this ceramic vase. No, let's not activate anything yet. This amphora is decorated with paintings of white lotuses. This jar depicts Cyclops engaged in a competition, running a race from the looks of it.
I'm off.
The surface of this pot depicts a Cyclops studying a pile of books and a manuscript. Why is Jathal behind Tristian? I want him up here. I want them that far away. Kind of staggered like that. It's the Raven. Let's quick save.
I'm impressed. You still breathe.
I was hoping you'd remain outside. Must I kill you to keep you from hounding me?
Don't count on that. Don't count on that. I want to take a closer look on those who followed you to the sanctuary of my master. Let's start with the person closest to you. Which of your band has the honor of being your dearest friend?
So you can refuse to give them a name, but a name will be given. I'm gonna give Kaisi here, because even if you refuse to give him a name, one of your companions will be like, I'm what's his nuts, and I'm not afraid. But remember that we don't have a Kaisi in our party. I mentioned it earlier.
I'll remember your name.
So that'll set up an interesting interaction later.
Confide in me. I wish there was another way.
How curious.
I want to summon some skeletons. Last little bit of time. So one thing I need to be careful of though is we don't trigger that trap. Now we're immune to negative energy because we have Death Ward on. Well, and we're not.
Become as dust.
Alright, that was close. Alright, Lindsay, get over here and activate this. Take care of that for me.
Applause, please.
I don't think we took any damage there, which is pretty
Anything else?
awesome.
In due time.
Can we not loot this one? Alright, regardless, let's run down this wall here. The Cyclops probably have spells, right? Scrolls on them? Or some other stuff. Okay.
I'm there.
fine. This is going much more smoothly than last time. I have Stone Skin equipped
You
yet.
should take a look.
Oh, yes, we should. Scroll of Harm. This is a 2-level dungeon, though. Oh, I remember this room. It's a pain in the butt. There are several
Applause,
barely visible
please.
hatches on the ceiling. Alright, on this base relief, a Cyclops clad in ceremonial robes raises a luminous sphere aloft, the Oculus of Abaddon, a gift from the Horsemen of Death. At the feet of the Cyclops crawl numerous people, who kneel or prostrate themselves before him. So you can miss that one thing where my guy said there are several barely visible hatches on the ceiling.
Follow if you dare.
So we don't want to activate that yet. We want to do it once around. I don't think there's any more loot in this room.
I do what I must.
Alright, let's quick save.
Yes, I'm still
I'm listening.
You have my attention.
My skills are absolute.
And I shall
Something bothering
answer.
And Lindsay was called
Ask.
for.
Request.
Anything.
After trekking through the gloomy dungeon, we finally arrived at a heavy stone door, decorated with lots of fancy carvings. As soon as we touched it, though, we heard a click from within the wall, followed by a suspicious noise above our heads. A heartbeat later, before we even had a chance to guess what was happening, Some rusty hatches opened above our heads, and murky water from the river began flooding the room. The room filled rapidly, threatening to trap us in a watery grave. Along with the water, sand and mud from the riverbed poured in, as well as some of the underwater plants and some scared fish that weren't fast enough to escape. It can be hard to keep your cool in a situation like this. While some of us were praying to their gods or complaining about not having the time to finish Galarian's next great novel, the others tried to. Yeah, open the door. The ancient architects of this place clearly weren't expecting their ancestors to just try prying the door open while standing knee-deep in murky water, but our heroes did just that, and succeeded. With the door open, our group rushed out of the room, closing the door tightly behind them to cut off the water. After several minutes, the noise behind the door stopped. Maybe the prehistoric pipes got clogged with mud, or maybe the trap just shut itself off. Either way, we waited for the water to drain out through the cracks in the floor, before looking back into the gloomy room that almost spelled our doom. That's where we found the remains of someone who hadn't been as lucky as we had. As the water had sucked in mud and fish from the river, it also pulled in the twisted skeleton of some drowned adventurer, still clad in tattered traveler's clothes. The poor soul didn't have anything in their pockets to hint at who they might have been or where they came from, but we did find a pouch of coins. After one more look at the scary place, our group carefully moved on, advancing further into the depths of the sepulchre.
Aha! A test of my abilities!
Thought he had raised dead, or animate dead.
This will hurt!
Serves you right.
Oh, she went down. That's no good. He also went down. Uh-oh. I'll be in a little bit of trouble here. Alright, so he can't actually... Alright. He should be dead. Thankfully... I'm gonna have to reload. We're not gonna make this. We're not gonna survive this. Well... I'll take that back. My main character is a monster. So it'll probably be okay.
Lost. Unpleasant.
Alright, we made it. Oh boy. Did not think that we were going to.
What's taking so long?
Patience.
We also have a backup death ward for her.
Right here, my friend.
State your desire.
Hashani Savitur! Tashani Savitur! Hashani
Confided.
Savitur!
We have all these backup heals too, so we're in
Please, do tell.
good shape. Alright, we're gonna call the episode here, and in the next one we will continue our trek
I'll take care of it.
deeper into the to Vordakai's tomb. Excuse me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.